2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi, everyone. We welcome you to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
A look at the West All-Stars starting group. We've got D. Durant is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Irving at the shooting guard. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Curry with a wide open look. He drains the quick shot.
And no player in the league has done more to earn his spot in this game than he has. I mean, he's having a terrific season.
He sure is. Excellence on a consistent basis for him. I mean, he's been their rock all year.
James Harden, one of the most feared scorers in league history. He gets buckets every way you can imagine.
And the beard, known for his fearlessness, attacking, contact, and working himself to the line. I like the restraint he's shown in the All-Star game, relying more on his long-range accuracy to fill up the scoring column. And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand, the biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
And Kevin Durant has hoisted that All-Star MVP trophy.
One of the most effortless scorers you'll ever see. He's had some big games on the biggest stage.
First free throw is good.
And for me, this is always one of the best weeks of the year. So much fun for everyone involved. Fans, players, coaches. What a blast.
Yeah, the NBA knows how to throw a party in celebrating its game. There's no doubt about that. And All-Star Week is one great show after another.
Yep, it counts.
Well, I think, as is always the case, the story of the game tonight won't have a lot to do with defense.
That's the way it always is. I mean, a half-court alley-oop or a spectacular behind-the-back pass, that's exactly what the people want to see in this game.
First quarter, just over a minute played. And out of bounds. The East All-Stars will have it. And here are the East All-Stars. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. I was able to speak with Terry Stotts for a minute. Now, he's spoken with the guys. Now, he wants to make this a competitive game, one that features at least some execution and not just a bunch of lobs. Maybe some ball movement? He said, look, if we're going to be out here, if we're going to take this court, we might as well try to win this game. And that means playing the right way. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Yeah, that kind of D, pretty typical in this event. Second half may be a different story, but the first half, it's pretty soft.
Here's Curry. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Boy, the quickness by Simmons, breathtaking. So good at blowing by whoever's trying to stay in front of him.
Harden against Irving. Got it. Good job in the low post. Irving's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an All-Star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star Week.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
And Kawhi Leonard, never the flashiest player, Greg, but there's no question he deserves a spot among the league's best.
A player who's in the mix for MVP when he's healthy, a two-way terror. The claw is as real as it gets.
You know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
And this game literally has been wide open as wide open as it gets.
Yeah, both teams completely neglecting their defensive duties.
Curry against Simmons. And Curry the bucket on the assist by KD. 6 points for Steph Curry.
Just one of the craftiest scorers inside. Curry has all sorts of ways to get that shot up and over the defense. Not much in the way of defense being played here early on.
Well, you know how it works. I mean, both teams will be conserving their energy at the defensive end until later on. That's typically how this thing unfolds.
Now here's James. No points in the game yet for him. Right side Irving. Drops in the tray.
And he's caught fire this quarter yet to miss a shot.
Here's Harden, and Durant sends it back.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots.
Leonard the pass to Davis. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
And it's Kevin Durant with the three. KD's got 7 points in the game.
And their offense already in a flow.
Oh, what a play! Woo!
And now that's what these people came to see, just punishing the rim.
Boy, that was tremendous. That one will be worth some points in the dunk contest.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Players in now for the East. There's 1:40 left in the first quarter. Pass to Beecham, and stolen by Butler.
Defense is all about anticipation, and he had perfect anticipation on that pass and comes away with the steal.
Boy, I love how unselfish Oladipo is. Great at getting his teammates involved in on-time, on-target passes.
Here's Westbrook. Jimmy Butler making his last shot, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. And it's Paul with the ball for the East All-Stars. 4-point game. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Butler. 1:02 left to play in the first quarter. And the rejection by Towns.
Great timing on the block there. Towns helps affect winning in a lot of different ways.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
Here's Paul. The West All-Stars getting their last shot to go.
You always know we're going to see a few of those every All-Star weekend, but I don't know if we'll see a better alley-oop than that one right there. You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Fades back, and the rejection by Towns. Takes a three, buries the long-range jumper.
Paul is solid and sound in his mechanics. I mean, he gets squared up before he shoots. Really good balance and excellent follow-through.
Porzingis against Westbrook. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Oladipo taking his time here. Lets the three fly. Buries it from three-point range. And it's all knotted up.
Guys, he's become a legitimate shooter from distance. Victor Oladipo is now somebody the defense has to respect from beyond the arc.
James Harden getting it done for the East All-Stars. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that. Welcome back for the second quarter of the main event of All-Star Weekend.
And, guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-star action never disappoints.
And, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full-force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the East All-Stars, Jimmy Butler is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Oladipo, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Paul in at the point. And Russell Westbrook in 2016 becoming the first back-to-back All-Star MVP since Bob Pettit back in 1959.
And his will to dominate doesn't take a break, even in this exhibition setting. If anything, he takes extra motivation to show who's king of the hill. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And, guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
Catching up on the changes for the East. Doncic is checked in for Gasol. And it's Lowry in for Chris Paul. And that's out of bounds. The East All-Stars will keep it. On defense, the West All-Stars leading by 5. Inside, Oladipo. It's tipped. They recover it. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Westbrook dishes to DeRozan. Here's B-Train. Again, the West All-Star. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the West All-Stars.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Davis is checked in for Butler. The East All-Stars shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Doncic, no good on the free throw.
There's an awful lot to like about Doncic, but probably what jumps out at me most is how competitive he is. I mean, he wants to dominate whoever's guarding him.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Looking at who's out there now for the West. Irving's checked in for B-Train. And Curry subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And some changes here for the East. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Porzingis, and it's Leonard in for Oladipo. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Doncic. Scored the basket, his 2nd of 2 attempts.
That giant wingspan of Antetokounmpo, man, wreaking havoc on opposing players and really mucking up passing lanes too, man. He can be everywhere with that ferocious motor and those long arms.
To the middle. And it's Davis finishing it off.
You know, when you see Antetokounmpo make a pass like that, tells you just how much he's matured and grown as a player and decision maker.
Curry against Lowry. And on the way from Irving for 3. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Irving's got 12.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Outside Leonard. Back to Davis. And they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
James checked in for the West. B-Train comes in for DeMar DeRozan.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
They get it back. Irving with a clean look sinks the 3-pointer. Irving's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the West All-Stars. And here's Giannis. Lowry kicks to Leonard. Davis down low, covered by LeBron. Baseline jumper, and Davis gets it to go. Davis has got the game tied up here for the East All-Stars.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
James looking around. The pass to B-Train. 6 to shoot. And that one goes long. And Anthony Davis, the #1 pick in 2012, and he's right at home in the All-Star game setting.
And he dropped 52 points in that 2017 game. Naturally, he brought home that MVP award. Not a lot of defense played that night, but again, he did get 50-plus in a regular season game as well.
And the East with some changes. Harden comes in for Luka Doncic, and it's Ben Simmons in for Kyle Lowry. Tries a three off the inbound. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
Well, Simmons has what I call see-ahead vision. I mean, he sees a play ahead, and he's a great passer.
Here's James. B-Train tipped back in for 2. B-Train's got 12 in the game.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Simmons against Curry. Simmons passes to Harden. Fires it up. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 10 points for James Harden. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. And from early in his high school days, you heard about Ben Simmons. Many projected an all-star caliber career in the NBA.
Size, athleticism, and a court sense that remind many of LeBron James. There can only be one king, but Ben Simmons has a chance to one day assume the throne.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for the East All-Stars. They trail by 1. Down low. And Davis gets it to go on the assist by Paul. Davis has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
There's 38 seconds left in the first half. A deep 3 from Irving. Offline with his 3. Giannis kicks to Harden. Kept alive. Davis. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's James. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Lets it go from deep.
The hustle from Simmons on defense is contagious, infectious. And he brings all-out energy.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the East All-Stars. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome to halftime of the All-Star Game. You're watching some incredible talent. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. An amazing first half of basketball. And it looks like we've got a game on our hands that will cap off this great weekend in style. The East and West both giving the fans everything they could have hoped for. This is shaping up to be an all-star classic.
Obviously, this has been a back-and-forth type of thing, but now you're going to start to see the competitiveness come out in these guys. That's right, and they have to say it real nice and smooth. Competitiveness. A little more defense, not a lot more, but certainly a lot more intensity. And at the end of the day, every guy on that court out there is built to win.
This particular All-Star game has some real energy. Guys aren't just going.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
1 half remaining in the NBA All-Star Game. Good to have you along on 2K Sports.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in the second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
On the floor for the West All-Stars, Irving is out there with Steph Curry. Then it's LeBron James. Then it's D, and it's Durant in at the 5. Here's Irving. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
And once he started feeling it, Irving just decided to make it his night, and he's done that in a big way.
Now Leonard. Harden outside. Drains the three-pointer. Harden's got the lead up to 4 now for the East All-Stars.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
The kick out to Irving. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Wide open shot is on the money.
And Antetokounmpo, his jump shot continues to look better and better. When he's pulling up like that, the defense is cooked.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time. That's simply an outstanding play, working the size mismatch right at the rim.
Curry outside. The three-pointer is right on target. Curry's got 9 points.
And Kevin, that 3 ball of Curry deadly. I mean, you feel like it's going in as soon as he lets it go, no matter where, at what angle, or how deep.
Here's Simmons, and the rejection by Curry. And KD throws it down.
Yeah, that's just the height, the length coming into play there. No one stopping Durant.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here. Guys, Steph Curry, the first unanimous league MVP and a regular in the All-Star game.
And before him, I think it was the dunkers that captivated the fans' imagination. Curry started a shift towards long-distance shooting as the new top highlight.
A big group substitution here for the East. Porzingis is checked in for Davis. Jimmy Butler comes in for Leonard. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. James finds Irving. Over Oladipo. Here's B-Train, defended by Butler. Porzingis comes with the double team. And here we go. It's Butler. It's Oladipo on the wing. He's covered by Irving. And there's the bucket from Victor Oladipo.
You know, you got to give it up for Oladipo, being able to maintain his poise and not letting the contact bother him. That's good concentration.
Rebound by the East All-Stars. Lets it fly. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Oladipo's got 6 in the quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut down to 6 in the bucket from Irving.
I love the three-point shooting of Irving. Excellent at dialing it in from deep, and you've got to respect his range.
Simmons passes to Porzingis, and that one drops for him.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Such a wide open look. And that's 15 points for B-Train.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Knocks it loose. James finds Irving. Pulls it from the elbow. That shot misses. The East All-Stars go the other way with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Paul's checked in for the East. And DeRozan kicks to Walker. To the wing on the left. For three, Westbrook drills the three-pointer. Westbrook's got 7 points in the game.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker. And the East All-Stars making a change here. Doncic is checked in. The West All-Stars also with the sub. B-Train's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. Pass to Paul. Lock at 6. Oladipo for 3. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 3 assists tonight. Here's B-Train. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Terrific awareness that time from Walker. Nice job getting his open teammates to rock.
55 seconds left to play in the third. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Simmons. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Kemba Walker picks one up.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. Harden's checked in. Over to the wing. Here's B-Train. Again, the West All-Stars.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Simmons. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Simmons got 9 points here in the second half. Stolen by Harden. Now here's Simmons. 11 points in the game. Got a piece of it. He's all alone. Jumps up. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
An ideal way to end the quarter with momentum on your side.
Shot. And from a recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Steve Clifford.
Well, we're doing well. Great job. Show your hands. Show your hands. Don't foul.
Moments ago, Steve Clifford talking about defensive technique. Doesn't want to give up 3 points at the charity line.
And by focusing in on the smallest thing, his guys know how serious he is. One of the better defensive coaches in our league.
And we welcome you back. The biggest stars of the league are putting on a show here at the All-Star Game.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
Paul out there with Harden. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then it's Simmons. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars. To the paint, here's B-Train, the dunk, and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That's on Ben Simmons. Antetokounmpo's checked in for the East. Gobert's checked in for the West. D comes in for Walker. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the East All-Stars.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
And it's Paul missing. And so Gobert will bring it up for the West All-Stars. In the corner, it's Westbrook. To the left wing, stolen by Harden. Here's Paul. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Really good to see Harden get nasty on defense. He's got quick instincts and quick hands, and I like how he pilfers it on occasion.
Westbrook passes to B-Train. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Davis down low. Towns on him. He gets it in there. 15 points for Davis.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
And out of bounds. The East All-Stars will have it. The West All-Stars making a switch here. James is checked in.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
And there's a whistle that goes on B-Train. That's his first foul. Davis against Towns. And that one's good by Davis. And now a 4-point East All-Star lead. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
That's tipped. Here's Westbrook, and Westbrook throws it down hard.
Man, I tell you what, one of the things I love about Westbrook is the ferocity with which he attacks the rack. When he's driving inside, he's trying to punish the defender and the basket.
Pass to B-Train. And a miss there on the triple. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
James, no good.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
And the basket by Harden.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That'll be his second foul of the game. Simmons checked in for Paul. And the West All-Stars have possession. Curry gets the bucket.
And Curry certainly is clever and crafty. Trickery is part of his arsenal when he gets inside. I mean, I like seeing him do his thing close to the basket.
Here's Harden. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Here's Irving. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
B-Train's checked in for the West.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
Giannis with it to the inside. Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
Out left to the wing. For the three. Drills it from outside. 37 points for B-Train.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Simmons dishes to Antetokounmpo. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
And in addition to his great talent, Antetokounmpo has the reputation of being an outstanding leader as well. He's a clutch player who demands the ball in these situations. You love that.
To the middle, here's B-Train. Money!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
And so Simmons will bring it up for the East All-Stars. Timeout called, East All-Stars. They're down by 1. There's 53 seconds left to play in the final quarter. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing, covered by LeBron. It counts!
No question about it. The touch is with Anthony Davis.
And the West All-Stars have possession. James left side. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
When LeBron has it inside like that, I mean, it's almost impossible to stop him. Worst case scenario, he's going to get himself to the foul line.
And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there. Man, they're getting a fantastic effort from James Harden right now.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. They're behind by 2. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's B-Train. It's not going to go for him. Empty that time from Leonard. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
You know, you look at Ben Simmons, and the thing that jumps out to me is his all-around game. I mean, it's absolutely terrific. He's a stat sheet stuffer, supreme.
He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Simmons against Curry. And here's Irving. Leonard with the steal, and they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
And the second of 2 is good. That gives them a 4-point cushion. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
You know, it's become almost a foregone conclusion that Harden is going to lead the league in free throw attempts every year. He is a master at getting to the line.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
So the East All-Stars win it.
And guys, while the result and the bragging rights go to the East, this was truly a night that belonged to the fans. I mean, it was another great showcase of the world-class talent across the NBA.
It seems to get better and better every year, doesn't it, Greg? Huh? So fun to watch. It was certainly a fun evening. We thank all of you for joining us and watching with us. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll see you again next time.